Hello, and welcome to Osel Research and Intelligence. Today, we will be talking about the home of Hollywood, Disneyland, and is America's most famous UFO hotspot, Los Angeles, California. From the 1800s, from lights in the sky to objects in the ocean, and to one of the most deadly UFO battles of all time, known as the Battle of Los Angeles. And that is our topic today. And no, it is not the 2011 movie, although that film is based on these events. November 1896, years before the Wright brothers achieved human flight. The local newspapers report something described as metallic featureless objects that hover in the night sky, also known as UFOs. June 14, 1992. Police reports flood in reporting a very unusual sighting, hundreds of shiny lights in the sky. These UFOs frightened citizens, for they had no idea what it was. There are regions on this planet that are for some reason UFO magnets, and these specific places are called UFO hotspots, and the most well-known are Beijing, China, Belgium, Washington, D.C., and Los Angeles, California. But one element makes Los Angeles different than other hotspots in the world, and that is that there is a history of encounters from California to Long Beach and out to Catalina Island. Together, they are known as the Devil's Triangle of the West. But one event in particular made worldwide history: the night we went to war against a UFO. February 25th, 1942, 3 months after the attack on Pearl Harbor, World War II. Suddenly, in the dead of night, 100,000 citizens wake to a startling sight: a UFO. And the city appears to be under attack. The army was then alarmed and showed to the scene. They targeted spotlights to the UFO and tried to shoot it down. They used over 1,400 anti-aircraft shells, an amount that would completely destroy any man-made craft with ease. Yet the UFO seemed to take no damage at all, and then just flew away over the ocean. The military claimed this was only a balloon, although we all know no balloon could ever withstand a barrage of missiles and bullets. And it wasn't until years later that a US president was put into office and demanded the truth to be told by all government agencies as well as NASA. Just a few days after President John F. Kennedy was shot dead because he demanded the release of top-secret UFO files from the CIA. We at Osel Intel firmly believe that this was a UFO, at the very least observing World War II. But what do you think? Was this a UFO, or just a balloon that startled hundreds of thousands of people and was unloaded on by weapons of the US Army just to be able to float away? Please comment below. That's all for now. Please subscribe. See you next time.
The news of the world, Wednesday, February 25th. Once again, Columbia's correspondents in world capitals and in the fighting zones in the Western Pacific are ready to give you the latest news direct by shortwave radio.
And now for news of our own West Coast, we take you to Los Angeles and the report of Byron Palmer.
Anti-aircraft guns went into action against unidentified aircraft in the Los Angeles area shortly after 3 a.m. Pacific wartime this morning. The anti-aircraft guns began barking during a blackout ordered by the 4th Interceptor Command at 2:25 a.m. The unidentified object, which some sources thought might be a blimp, moved slowly down the Pacific coast from Santa Monica and disappeared south of Long Beach. Army officials declined to comment on the possibility that the object might have been a blimp. However, it required nearly 30 minutes to travel some 25 miles, far slower than an airplane. Watchers on the rooftop of the Columbia Broadcasting Building in the heart of Hollywood could plainly see the flashes of guns and searchlights sweeping the skies in a wide arc along the coastal area. Concussion of the shells could be felt in downtown Los Angeles, 15 miles away. U.S. Army planes quickly took to the dark skies, but whether they contacted the object has not been announced. Army officials say they will not comment until they receive a full report of the action. Although some watchers say they saw airplanes in the air, semi-official sources say they probably were the U.S. Army's pursuit. Several observers say they saw one or more planes spotlighted by 20 or 30 searchlights. The object moved southward, presumably over Huntington Park at the western edge of Los Angeles, and on southward to about Long Beach on the coast. By 3:30 a.m., observers said the object appeared to be over the south of Long Beach. Searchlights closely followed the object down the coast and kept it centered in their glare. Shells frequently could be seen bursting near the object, but none appeared to hit it. The shooting stopped about 3:30 a.m. The shooting brought warfare to the front door of this city of 1.25 million population for the first time since December 7th. Already it was alert to the presence off the Southern California coast of a Japanese submarine which had pumped 25 shells into an oil field north of Santa Barbara Monday evening. Because of the presence of the submarine, a 3-hour alert was ordered at dusk last night, and civilian authorities stood at their posts while the Army and Navy continued their search for the submersible. The evening alert ended at 10:23 p.m., but another was sounded at 2:22 a.m., and the blackout followed within 3 minutes. It covered Los Angeles County from Santa Monica to Pomona. At 2:27, all Southern California radio stations were ordered off the air except those in San Diego. Approximately 20 minutes after the firing died down, the ship returned and headed westward from Long Beach toward Santa Monica. The guns went into action again, hurling round after round of shells at the object. The second barrage appeared to be closer to downtown Los Angeles, since watchers could hear the concussion of the guns more clearly, and the flash of bursting shells was brighter. Then the ship disappeared for the second time over the ocean. We return you now to CBS in New York.